Okay everyone, so today we're going to make a short video on grafting Eureka lemon trees. We're grafting 4 different varieties, but first of all we're going to chat about why we use parafilm over the normal grafting tape. Now, there's nothing wrong with the normal grafting tape, it works, but we do seem to get much better results using the parafilm. Another issue with this normal grafting tape is after the graft's sealed and you leave it on a while, it can become difficult to remove from around the graft area, whereas parafilm itself just turns black and starts to drop off, so you can just easily pick it off or leave it and it'll drop off in the end. So we only use this simply when we've got no parafilm left or parafilm's on order and we need to get some trees grafted up quickly. So parafilm, this is about a 10 centimetre length. As you can see, it's very waxy, very easy to work with, and when you stretch it around the graft it stretches to many times its original length. So that's stretched up to about 30 centimetres. It's really easy to work with. One 10 centimetre length will do you one graft, and we just add a little bit more on the top of the graft. Today we're going to do grafts just using parafilm, no bags, totally covering the scion with the parafilm. As you can see, we've cut plenty of lengths of the parafilm ready to go. But first of all, I'll go and show you what I mean by the normal grafting tape being difficult to get off compared to the parafilm. Here's 2 fingerline grafts we did around about a year ago. This grafting tape here has been left on way too long. As you can see, it's starting to girdle the fingerline. It's just one we've missed. We do get it off much earlier than this, but this is a good example of what the grafting tape does. Whereas here, this is parafilm, it's cracked off, hasn't girdled around the tree at all, and it's just really easy to remove. That's off just by rubbing it. Now this one, we tried to get it off, but it just cracks and drops off. So now that's been on so long, I'll have to cut that off with a knife. Because like I said before, it's not ideal, and it's girdles the tree up there. And that's why we very rarely use it if we do miss trees to take off. So as you can see, that's not so good at all. So that's basically the reason why we use the parafilm for us grafting. Much better for us. Okay then, we've pulled all those rootstock up now. Today we're using Cleopatera mandarin rootstock. Nice quality rootstock. This one ordered in. Sometimes it comes in a very heavy clay soil, so we remove that and we put our own specific soil mix in. Let them sit for a month or so. 2 weeks before grafting, we'll give them a fertilise and also give the mother tree that we're grafting from a fertilise as well. Today we're going to graft 4 types of Eureka lemon. We're going to graft Allen Eureka, Taylor Eureka, Lambert Eureka and seedless Eureka. We use 3 types of grafts. We use a normal cleft graft, we use a side graft as we've shown you before, and we'll also do a bud graft for you, or a couple of bud grafts should I say. These are the main grafts that we use. Mostly though, the side graft and the cleft graft, simply because it just gives us more success, better results. Okay, so first things first, we'll start removing all these leaves. So the first graft we're going to do, we're going to put a side graft on here. We'll put an Allen Eureka lemon on. So we'll just go take some scions now from those other trees. So we've chosen a scion from our Alan Eureka. I like working with the Eureka lemon squash. Very few to little thorns, and they're very easy to graft. So first of all with this one, a little difficult as I've got the camera right in front of me. I'll cut that down like that, and then we'll just nip the back off the bottom so we have that kind of shape. I'm looking to put this on here, so we'll make the same cut, same length on the rootstock here. Probably make this a little longer, and then I can cut it down to whatever length I need. That's pretty close. I'll just cut that around that point there. I've got a bud there, 2 buds, that's enough for this one. And then we'll just check that that fits nicely in there. That looks perfect. So we'll take the backing off the parafilm, just so we have the parafilm tape there. And we'll use the whole of that to seal up that graft there. Now this time, because we're in cooler season, we don't need the bags as much over the scion. So what we'll do this time of year, we'll wrap the whole scion with parafilm. So we'll wrap another one. You only need a thin slither, maybe one up, one down, to cover the scion. That'll be enough. And what will happen with this is the buds will simply push through the parafilm when they begin to push. So there's a side graft, Alan Eureka. We'll go fetch a larger scion now, and we'll go on with the cleft graft. So for the cleft graft, we try to match the size of the scion to the rootstock. This time we cut down the middle of the rootstock there, cut the scion to a V so it slides in, and we get cambiums touching on both sides. So make the cut there, just whip that little bit off there, cut careful while you're cutting down there. So we'll cut the scion into the V. I'll have to take it away from the camera unfortunately, because it's a tough bit of wood and it's difficult to do it up there in front of the camera. So there we've got a nice V that'll fit nicely into there. Again, we're going to choose just 2 buds, 1, 2 there. Cut that there. That should slide nicely into there. Take a look at it from this side. Make sure we've got a slight angle on it. Got cambiums touching down there. We've also got a little on this side here. And again, we're going to wrap that up with a full strip of parafilm. Parafilm helps to tighten the graft up. You pull it as tight as you can without actually snapping it, and it helps to pull the graft in and help the cambiums touch together. And again, we'll cover the top of this with parafilm, help the scion from drying out. Once up, once back down is enough. And we'll wait and watch again for buds to start pushing out of these areas here. So that's your cleft graft. So for this one, we're going to do a bud graft on it. Put the bud about there, choose that point there. Nice clean place. For the bud graft, we leave the low leaves on. We'll chop that about there. Seems to work better for us if we do leave the leaves on the bottom on the buds. But this bud graft is our least successful graft. The two earlier grafts we get much higher success rate off, so I'm only making a video of this one really, just to show you, not a matter of interest, just to see if I've improved on my bud grafting. Again, this is a Eureka lemon that we're budding onto a Cleopatera mandarin rootstock, so I'll give this a pop. We'll move up and around while we're putting that bud on. Thorn off there, take that off there. Okay, and we'll look to put it around here. So I'll try and make the cut now, same size as the bud I've already cut. Like that looks good. Check the bud in there. Maybe a little small, so I'll recut that. I want that cut deeper in there. Okay, that should be much better. Okay, yeah, that's much better, that's definitely in there. So we've got that crossing down there, crossing up there, it'll be crossing at the back of there. Just neaten it up. That looks fine. Okay, that's on the bud. Again, now we'll wrap that up with parafilm, seal it on the bud graft. We don't put as much parafilm around it, one up, one down. Seems to be enough, as we're wanting the buds to push through this parafilm, so we don't want to hinder it in any way. That's enough for your bud. So I'll cut that there. There's no buds above the graft, and that should start to push in a week or so. So that's basically the 3 different types of grafts that we use. Graft our citrus trees, finger limes, and other trees that we graft. The best one for me is the side graft. If you've got a slightly smaller scion onto a bigger rootstock, this one gives us the highest percent, well over 90%. The cleft's good, but for us you need to be matching size for size. If you go a smaller scion onto a big rootstock, you can get air and everything trapped in there, and it's not successful as your side graft. Bud grafting, not so successful for us, but we do know people who have superb results with bud grafting, so that might just be me who's not too good at it. So I'll bring some trees up now that we grafted a few months ago, take a look at them, just so you can see what kind of trees we produce. We've brought 2 trees in now, what we grafted a few months ago, about 3 months ago now. This one here, Taylor Eureka, going very, very nicely. You can see the parafilm there. It's already starting to come off. It can stay on. There's absolutely no need to take it off. It won't strangle the tree at all. Lots of new growth coming out on the top of these ones. These trees ready to go now. A little bit of a caterpillar on there, look. That little fella needs to come off. I'll still be chomping on all the new leaves. Next to it, an Allen Eureka. The Alamo's cleft grafted. As you can see, the V in there. Again, going very, very well. Really nice plants. Again, these ready to go to the customer. So those are our grafting methods that we mostly use. Again, there's a bud graft, a side graft, the most popular, and the cleft. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you like this short video. Hope again it helps you with your grafting your lemon, citrus trees, finger limes if you're trying it. Hit the like button. Please give us a subscribe. We're still only a small channel, but we do seem to be getting the odd subscriber every other day. We're really trying to get up to that 1,000 mark. So thanks for watching, everybody. Everybody take care. Any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to answer anybody's questions. Everybody have a great day, and thanks again for watching. Take care.